Assalamu alaikum and good day. My name is Sahib, and this video is intended for parents of children attending schools and or daycares. I actually held back and I waited until my two kids, the younger ones, are actually in a daycare. Because as a school principal, a lot of people might see it from my side and may not see it in a positive way. And it is something that I feel if every parent really sees this the way that it is, the relationship with the school, whichever school you're going to, meaning your kids are going to, with the administration, with whoever you're dealing with, it will be much better. Now, this is not intended for bribery. This is not intended for special treatment. So let me get to the topic. As a parent myself, I have two kids in daycare. And one of the things that I decided to do is whenever I cook something and I'm able to make extra of it, it's not a daily basis thing because people say, well, do I have? No, I'm not saying that. But as often as possible. I made one time I made kind of like it's called basbousa. I took it and I gave it to the teachers, not just the teachers who actually teach my kids. A very small daycare, so I was able to actually make enough to share with everyone in that daycare. And one time I made rice and chicken, and one time I made cookies, and I'm planning to make more and kind of like give it to them. Now, why do I say that? First of all, it's a token of appreciation, nothing more, nothing less. Never have I thought that I want them to treat my kids any way different than the other kids. I never want them to make any exceptions. And I have been treated, I feel, exactly the same like other parents. But for me, first of all, again, like it's a token of appreciation. And being a human being myself, I know that when you have no relationship with someone, meaning you're dropping off your kids, you're leaving, even conversations become difficult. For me, like when I dropped off, at different times with different actually teachers, we would actually engage in small conversations, like, about the food that I made, about how I, do things, how they do things. And that makes it a closer relationship because these are the people involved in raising my kids, whether I like it or not. Especially now, actually, the fact that my kids are in daycare, when I feel closer to them as the caregivers for my kids, it makes conversation easier. Again, my kids are in daycare. It doesn't mean that they're going to get in trouble or anything, or their performance is going to be assessed. But when I have a concern, when I want to ask a question, when they want to tell me something, I feel it's becoming easier and easier. They're beautiful people, right? I don't think they needed the food to actually, but I could tell, I can relate to them at closer proximity. We're finding a lot of things in common, right? The way that I raise my kids and things like that. So, but it's these things that actually are appreciated. And I know for a fact, again, it's not done, I don't ask them for any favors, I don't ask them for anything. I pick up and drop off my kids according to their schedule. I follow the guidelines, everything. So again, this is not bribery, this is not to make exceptions. And if they have anything, again, it's a daycare. I expect them, if they have any concerns about my kids, they will tell me, right? But what I'm saying is the fact that I'm taking these little things. Do they need my food? Absolutely not. And actually, I was very happy one day when I took the cookies. Somebody else actually had brought them something right before me. They dropped off their kid before me. And I said, you know what, this is great. That other parents are really doing the same thing. So it's not something that they would feel, oh, why is only this parent doing it? Like, what's the purpose? It's good to actually have that relationship. So I would recommend to parents every now and then to send something small to your kids' teachers. Again, it is something that, at least culturally for me, it's something that we were raised to actually appreciate. Is like your teachers, even Islamically, especially when it comes to religion. it is something good to actually show appreciation. So I would recommend for every parent, as often as you can, send something small. Give it yourself if you could. Um, I, I haven't been involved in public schools. I don't know if teachers actually get to see parents outside, during dismissal time, or if you could send something with your son or daughter, if if they don't mind taking, things like that, a gift card, even like mail into the school, and even like $10 gift card, right? And just say, I really appreciate what you're doing for my kid or kids, or whatever the situation is. It's something that we're missing. And it's something that I strongly believe will make the relationship between parents and teachers a stronger and a much better one. And again, this has nothing to do with favorism. This has nothing to do with bribery or anything. Do not change the expectations. Your students, just like anybody else, kid, they shouldn't be treated any way differently. But you as a parent, what you're doing is you are making a better relationship, or building a better relationship with their kids, educators or care givers, takers. And I think you are probably the only thing you're going to regret is not starting this anytime soon. And like I mentioned, yes, I am an educator myself. I am involved on the other end. So quote unquote, I would be on the receiving end if anyone decides to do it in our school. But I really held off so people don't feel like that's what I'm trying to do. Because I'm not, alhamdulillah, for me, I do have a strong relationship with my students, and that's all I need. But really, this is for parents in general, any school, any place, private, public, religious, non-affiliated. I don't care which school your kids go to, weekend school, Sunday school, whatever it is. Always try to give something as a token of appreciation as often as you can. And I think it's priceless, and it's something that I'm sure the teachers would appreciate. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.